Hello and welcome to the Tank Club. We're back with another Wayfinder video. Today we're looking at which echoes should you turn to dust. If you don't know what this is about, we'll shortly be getting an update in Wayfinder which will allow you to deconstruct echoes into dust. This update is being brought forward due to the fact that many players are experiencing performance issues in Wayfinder due to carrying hundreds and thousands of echoes with no way to valuably reduce the amount of echoes you have without losing anything and making any waste. When turning echoes into dust, this dust can then be used to level up your other good echoes. But the question is, which echoes should you turn to dust? You'll have a limit of being able to possess 300 echoes, so you won't be able to hoard them all. It's not quite as simple as deconstructing anything that is not one of the best in slot echoes, as per my other Wayfinder echo video, because you have to think about times where you might have a new and low level character and weapons that you want to use and level up as well. Then you have some echoes that take a ton of space, so you might need to use one of the lower tier echoes to actually make everything fit into the slots, but you'll still want to use something that is useful for your build. So here is a list of all the echoes that you should turn to dust once this update comes around. Some of the main echoes we are looking at getting rid of are low quality and low level echoes. We're also targeting echoes that have less useful stats or combinations. Echoes that include physical or magical defense might be better off in the bin since they are the biggest wasted stat to buff up in the game currently. You also need to really pick and choose your crit echoes, and especially some of the lower level crit echoes won't be useful because when you're a low level character or weapon, the last thing you want to focus on is crit. You don't want to start off with crit. This is something that's much more beneficial on a higher level character or high level weapon, and buffing weapon power, ability power and survival with more health is a lot more beneficial with those low level characters. Before we get started, we've just got a quick advertisement. Neverwinter is a free-to-play action MMORPG based on the acclaimed Dungeons & Dragons fantasy roleplay game. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing awaits those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Explore and defend one of the most beloved cities from the Dungeons & Dragons Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. This immersive MMORPG will take you from the besieged walls of the city to subterranean passageways in search of forgotten secrets and lost treasure. It's completely free to play from level 1 all the way to the level cap. All playable content in Neverwinter is free to everyone. It's got a really fun and engaging action combat system, the Dungeons & Dragons experience, and infinite content is just flowing through the game. You can check out my review for this game on my YouTube channel, and you can follow the link below to give this game a try completely free to play, and you'll also be supporting the Tank Club in doing so. Thank you. So we're going to go category by category and sort echoes by name. To do this, you need to go on the sort by and go to the sort by recently acquired, and this will make them appear alphabetically. One thing you need to think about here is, are you willing to have all of your characters and weapons set up with echoes, or are you going to switch echoes between weapons and characters? Eventually though, you won't have the inventory space to keep all of your characters and weapons loaded up. So as we look through our attack echoes first of all, we've got our first one, the Blaster Echo, really good. It's a low cost, it's got a high amount of weapon power, really good. Bloodletter Echo is one of the best in slot echoes, so you want to keep most of these, but you won't need to keep all of them. You'll need to start deconstructing some eventually. The best ones to keep are obviously some blue ones. The higher quality ones are going to be the best ones, but you're going to need a lot of these if you're going to focus on weapon power. One thing to remember is obviously, as you can see here, a fully leveled one is 56 to slot, and a 2-star one is 44. So it's going to be a good idea to keep some that are fully maxed out and some that aren't fully leveled, so that you've got the option of slotting them. Depending on your other echoes, you might not have the space. As you can see, you've only got a limited space that you can slot echoes, so it's good to have some that are leveled and some that are not leveled, so you've got that versatility where you can still use the powerful echoes and they will fit into your capacity. The Bonebreaker echoes, I will keep a few, but I'll probably delete most of the uncommon ones. Brood Spawn, I'm probably going to delete the majority of them, but I'll keep any purples that I get. Might keep 1 or 2, but most of them I'm going to delete because they've only got 1 stat crit rating. Codex Sage seems quite decent, so I'll keep a few of these, mostly the blue and higher quality ones, and delete all the uncommons. Deadeye is a very low cost double crit, so I will keep the highest quality ones and delete all the low quality ones. Obviously you can see here that these ones I've got a lot of, so I'll keep the highest quality ones and I'll delete those ones, those uncommons. Dusk Hunter are decent and low cost to slot as well. The capacity there for a fully level purple 22, so that is worth keeping that for the 300 weapon power, 100 crit. Goblin Hunter is the opposite of Deadeye, so I'll keep a few of those in the highest quality ones of those and delete the rest. Goblin Scavenger are just single stat break power, so I'll probably keep the highest quality ones, 1 or 2 of the purple, maybe 1 blue, and then delete the rest. Follow 1 Echoes are best in slot for ability power, so I'll keep these. If I had more of them, I would just obviously again keep the ones that are the highest quality, keep some that are leveled and some that are unleveled so that I can make sure I can slot these, but they give a huge amount of ability power, so you'll want to try and farm and get a lot of Hollow 1. Ice Blaster are single stat break power. I'll keep again 1 or 2 of the highest quality and delete most of them. Eikeling are decent low level weapon power, so again really low cost, so I'll keep a couple of these for any low level characters, especially the blue ones there, 14 to slot, and it's going to give me nearly 300 weapon power, so these are really good to keep. Rivenmore are great weapon power and break power, so I'll keep some of these. Rotbeak, not amazing, but I'll keep any high quality ones just to give me that versatility, but again they are kind of low level, so you're not getting a huge amount of stats there. Shrike Skirmisher, I've got absolutely hundreds of them, so I'll just pick and choose, keep the highest quality ones. I'll keep a few of them, especially like the purple there. We'll keep 1 or 2, delete the majority of them because we've got so many and they're such easy ones to get. Keep a couple of the high quality ones and get rid of the rest. Got Shull there, that's a really good one. Ability power, lots of crit rating, so if you are looking at crit and you're kind of on the higher level, it's pretty decent because it's a level 17. It's got a reasonably low cost, so that is a decent one to have. Silk Mistress, again, I'll keep a few of these, but I'm not going to keep a lot, but it's really good for hybridization. If you are trying to stack weapon power and ability power, then this is going to be really good. It's going to be good for like tank builds in the future if tanking becomes a thing because you want to have both, so I'll keep some of these mostly for the future. Talon Echoes are really strong ability power and crit power, so I'll keep a few of these. We'll get most of these in higher quality. We'll try and keep some fully leveled and some unleveled ones as well, just so we can make sure we can slot them. Tiding Echoes are just a big stack of ability power. They are very low cost and a lot of ability power. So this is a purple one here, 3-star, it's not even fully leveled, and it's going to give me 311 ability power for only a 12 cost. So you definitely want to keep quite a few of these in the blue and the purple if you've got them, and just get everything leveled into those. But yeah, definitely keep some Tiding Echoes because these are really strong single stat ability power. Guard Echoes are much easier to manage and you'll actually delete the majority of these. I intend to keep all purple quality Guard Echoes, but the majority are kind of bad, especially any defense echoes. The only important stats to really worry about are max health and resilience. So the Archon Elite, we've got resilience and mag defense, those are going to be deleted. Balgrim Digger, that's going to get deleted. Loads of physical, very tiny amount of health. Bloodbag is going to give a big stack of resilience for a very low cost, so I'll keep a few of these just for my low level characters, just in case I need to try and boost a bit of survivability. Brood Hunter I'll be deleting, not worth it for that really small amount of max health. Codex Initiate is a decent one, but they are fairly high cost even at level 10. But they're just going to give one big stack of max health, so definitely keep quite a few Codex Initiate just to boost up that max health. Codex Monk, again, kind of bad. We've got a very small amount of max health, loads of mag defense. Not really that useful. As you can see here, this one's nearly 500 mag defense. That equates to a damage reduction of 5 points. So when you get hit by magic damage, you're going to reduce it by 5. It's not worth it to have something like that that's stacking up a defense and giving you a tiny amount of health. It'd be better if it was the other way around and you were getting 500 health. Foul Wretch, we're deleting all of those. Frostbeak Echo, one of the strongest ones because you do get the most max health that you're going to get. As you can see, a fully level purple one there. 368 max health with the additional benefit of 306 physical defense. The physical defense, obviously not that useful, reducing your incoming damage from physical attacks by 3, but it is the biggest max health Guard Echo that you're going to find. Goblin Hacker can all be deleted. Husk Echoes, definitely scrap those. Oracle Echoes are actually pretty decent, max health and resilience. Now the only downside to this is they are very low level, level 3, so they're not going to give you a huge amount of stats. If you fully leveled this up, it's going to give you a reasonable amount of max health and resilience, so it's for its low cost to slot it, it's worth keeping some of these, especially the higher quality ones. If you've got any purples or blues, keep them because they might find a space into your build. If you've got a very small amount of capacity remaining, you might be able to get one of these in to just give you a little boost to the max health and resilience. Thunderer Echo, max health and physical defense, get rid of all those. Winter Spawn Baby, absolutely scrap all of them. And the Wretch Echoes, these are level 1 max health only. These, you probably have quite a few of these. These are going to be decent for your brand new characters that don't have much capacity slot. so keep a few of the higher quality ones of these. Balance and cross echoes are the worst to judge on which to keep and which to scrap, because it's not as simple as having a damage or defensive benefit like the other sections there. They combine so many different ways, and it really matters which way the echoes stack as well. So sometimes you might have an echo that has weapon power and you really want weapon power, but it stacks the mag defense first and then the weapon power, so it's not that useful. As usual, I'll keep all epic quality regardless of which echo it is, just because it's worth keeping a few of the purple quality ones, because you never know what's going to change in the future. You might have a different opinion on some of these, but these are the ones I'll be scrapping personally and which ones I'm going to keep. So the Archon Echoes, these stack higher in the max health and not so much in the weapon power, so I'll keep one or two of these, but I'll get rid of most of them. Valgrim Beacon, I am actually going to scrap these ones. Bonebinder, I'm actually going to get rid of these. The the mag defense there, huge amounts of mag defense. To slot this though, 100 to slot it for the sake of getting 600, 700 mag defense and a tiny amount of ability power. Not worth keeping in my opinion. Goblin Seer, I'll keep some of the higher quality ones. The ability power, as you can see there, Bonebinder, we're going to get 135 ability power, but all that mag defense. For the Goblin Seer, we're getting not much, well, we're actually getting more, and these are only level 5, so you'll get more ability power from Goblin Seer than you will from Bonebinder, which is why I'm deleting the Bonebinder, and I'm going to keep the Goblin Seer, because they basically are the same, but the Goblin Seer are cheap to slot, and they give more ability power, because they're stacked higher in the ability power side. So keep the higher quality ones, obviously the purples, the blues, if you've got them, and get rid of the rest. Herald Echoes I'm scrapping. Break power and mag defense is not going to be worth slotting. Goblin, definitely keeping these. These are really good because they are lower on the cost side. They give max health and weapon power, stacked higher into the weapon power side than the health. The best in slot echoes for this are the Hollow Horror, weapon power and resilience. Look at that massive weapon power. And Hobgoblin isn't that much worse, but the cost to slot a Hobgoblin one is way cheaper, so it's definitely worth keeping some Hobgoblin echoes. And then obviously the Hollow Horror ones, keep those as well, but you might want to keep some fully leveled Hollow Horror and some unleveled ones in high quality. As you can see, I'm having a rough time farming these. I've done absolutely hundreds of runs and I've only got the one, so they're pretty tricky to get, so the Hobgoblin ones will be a good filler while you're trying to get those. The Eye-Core Echo, I'll keep a couple of these. It's stacked higher in the resilience side rather than ability power, but they are kind of low in cost, so it's worth keeping them, and resilience is really useful for your defense. So it's kind of good to keep a couple of them, especially if you've got them in a high quality. You'll probably have a lot of these, so yeah, keep a couple of them. Prophecy Echo I'm scrapping. Crit rating would be okay, but it's almost nothing and huge amounts of mag defense. Reaver Warbear, if you've got some, I'll keep these. Max health and break power, try and keep some of the higher quality ones. They give a huge amount of break power, but they're very expensive to slot, so I'll definitely keep a few of these. Rhyme Mistress give you a lot of crit rating and that little bit of physical defense there, which isn't really useful, but I'll keep it because it's a big stack of crit rating, so I'll definitely keep a few of the higher quality Rhyme Mistress. Seer Echo, again, another one of them where I'll keep the highest quality ones, a couple of the highest quality ones, and get rid of the majority because it's good for your crit rating, a big chunk of crit rating, very cheap to slot, but the mag defense is a little bit useless. Shrike Enforcer, more max health, very small amounts of crit power, probably delete all of these. Wind Howler are easier to get than the Reaver Warbear, but these have got physical defense on there, so I'll keep one or two of the highest quality ones and then get rid of the others, just in case I want to stack some break power. It's going to be pretty good for that. For the Cross Echoes, I'll keep a couple of Archon Commander, max health and ability power. Not amazing, but depending on the level that you get them at, obviously I've got a level 1 version there. It's got a good amount of max health. They might work on some low level characters. Blood Warden aren't going to be that useful for the majority of things, but I'm going to keep some of these because I have got quite a few. And max health and resilience is going to be very good if tanking becomes more of a prominent thing in the future. If you look at my last recent video, we looked at, is tanking possible in Wayfinder? At the minute, it's not really a thing. It's not really a thing that's useful, not really a thing that's needed. But as raids and heroic content comes out, you might need to stack more into survival, at which point more max health and resilience would be very, very useful. So I'm definitely keeping some Blood Wardens just for when that situation arises. Bone Stomper Echoes are quite nice. Unfortunately, they do stack higher into the max health side than the weapon power, but I will be keeping these because they are buffing two really, really vital stats. They are so expensive to slot though, as you can see here, a fully maxed out green, 168 to slot, so they are expensive. The Crypto ones, I'll probably keep one or two of these. Resilience and crit power. It's stacking higher into the resilience once again, but they're kind of okay, so I'll definitely keep one or two of those. Crystal Phoenix, I'll just keep one or two because they're lower cost than the other ones, the Blood Wardens. So I'll just keep one or two of them for the same reason as before, but for the majority of them, I'll just get rid of them. Dire Prophecy are low cost to slot in comparison to some of the others, max health and ability power, so I'll definitely keep a few of the higher quality ones of those. Dusk Hunter, crit rating and break power. I'll keep a few of those. Duty Echoes, probably going to delete those ones. They're not really that good. Emissary, I'm going to delete all of those. And then the Foregone Emissary. These are really big crit power with mag defense. It's unfortunate. Mag defense, not good. But I'm going to keep the highest quality ones, just the purples, maybe one or two blues, just for that crit power if I want to stack it at some point. Grim Morningstar, max health and weapon power. It's worth keeping one or two of these because they are very low cost and they're going to boost your survivability, so good for low level characters. Guardian Echo, that's going in the bin. Really, really small amount of weapon power. Lots of mag defense, not really good. Hollow Queen, again, this is like the other best slot ones. This is one of the best ones for ability power. So ability power and max health, lots of ability power. Expensive to slot, however, but I am going to keep a lot of these. We're going to try and get them the highest quality, and we're going to keep some fully leveled and some unleveled, so we've got different ways of slotting these without taking up too much of our capacity. Hunter Echo, definitely keep some of these. Crit rating and crit power. Low level, reasonable cost as well, so if you are going down the crit route, really good one to have. Ice Lancer, these are going in the bin. I'm deleting these ones. They do give a decent amount of ability power, but huge amounts of mag defense. They're super expensive to slot. I'll keep the one or two purple maybe, but I'm pretty much deleting all these because they're just not worth slotting. Loot Goblin, deleting all of these. Resilience and physical defense. The Loot Phoenix ones as well, deleting all of those. Very tiny amount of crit power with mag defense. Nightmare's Echo is pretty decent. Ability power plus break power. Low cost, very, very low cost. Definitely worth keeping a couple of these. As you can see, the green one there. It's not going to give you a huge amount of stats, but they're going to be good for those low level new characters. Shroud Stalker Echo. We've got weapon power, mag defense, lots and lots of weapon power, so definitely get some of these kept. Stomper Echo, that's getting deleted. Storm Shrike Echo, I'll keep a few of these because they have got a good amount of weapon power and resilience, both really useful stats, so it's worth keeping some of these, especially the higher quality versions. If you've got some purples or blues, keep them. Earthshaker, I'm deleting all them. Firebrand Echo, I'll probably keep one or two because decent amount of ability power. Probably cheaper than some of the other ones to slot as well because it's only level 14. So I'll keep one or two of those. Highland Horror Echo, pretty decent crit power and resilience. Quite a big chunk of crit power. So if you've got any of those, keep some of those. Mastermind Echo is kind of decent. So yeah, keep that if you've got one or two of them. The Silent Butcher, really low cost. So it's worth keeping them. And they're also stacked higher into the weapon power side. So a little bit of max health, lots of weapon power, low in cost. Silent Butcher are worth keeping. The Woods Echo here, really big break power. It's got physical defense, it's super expensive to slot. I'm probably going to delete all of them. Third Keeper is also getting deleted because it's basically the same as the Woods. They're the same thing, but it's much cheaper to slot. Truth Echo, I'm going to keep a few of those. Ability power and crit power, low level, low cost. Turach Echo, probably keep that one. Max health and a lot of crit rating, so that's a good one. Tyrant's Bane, again, low cost, lots of weapon power. I'll keep a few of the higher rated ones of those. The Blood Echo here, we've got lots of crit power. So again, keep a few of the higher quality versions of those. Willow Witch and the Wisdom Echoes are the same. They're just obviously slightly different level with different, like a bit more stats. I'll probably delete the majority of both of them because we don't need that huge amount of mag defense, and obviously the Willow Witch ones are super expensive to slot. So Wisdom and Willow Witch both deleted. And then we've got the Worm Echo there, resilience and lots of mag defense. Those will all be deleted as well. By all means, this isn't every Echo in the game, but these are likely to be a large portion of the Echoes that are clogging up your inventory. As I mentioned, you want to really focus on trying to get Echoes that have got a low capacity slotting. They stack the best benefits to your character. They don't have wasted things like they focus too much on the defensive abilities when actually offense is the most prominent thing that you need to focus on in this game. For Rush Echoes, I plan to keep just one or two of each and try to farm them in the highest quality in purple to reduce the slotting cost. Rush Echoes are mostly bugged currently, and when upgrading, they don't reduce in cost as they should. You get no additional benefit for upgrading Rush Echoes aside from the cost to slot reduction, which should get fixed in the future. You can't use two of the same Rush Echo, so I'll likely mix and match and rotate these as and when needed for each character and weapon, and especially when we're going through those leveling phases. But it's worth keeping one of each at least, because you never know when they might be useful. Things like Broodmother, for example, are a great low-cost Echo to slot. It improves survival, and it's really good at a super low-level brand new character. So that is everything, guys, on which Echo should you turn to dust when the patch eventually arrives. I hope this video has been helpful. Good luck cleaning up your inventory. If you want to see more Wayfinder guides, obviously you can check out my YouTube channel, my website as well, thetankclub.com. If you want to discuss anything about Wayfinder, have some theory crafting sessions with me, hop into the Tank Club Discord. All of my links are in the comments below. Thank you very much to all of our patrons and YouTube members, and thank you for watching the video. Bye bye for now.